Jesus and his disciples went to the mountain. Can you hear me? Yeah, I think you can. And there were a whole multitude of people there waiting for him, I think. Anyway, I don't know how they knew he was going to be there, but a lot of that stuff isn't explained in the Bible. It takes too much time. Anyway, 5,000 people outside of the. No, more than 5,000 people. There were 5,000 people plus women and children. And Jesus talked to them and healed people and all that stuff. And the day it was getting dark. It was getting towards evening or something like that. And the disciples said, "Send them away. They may have food." And he says, "Well, give them. You give them. Don't send them away. Give them something to eat." Um, what do you got? Meanwhile, there's this little boy. He says, "Hey, man, guy." Philip says, "What do you want?" So just wait a second. We're trying to figure something out. Just a second. But guy, I have some food. What do you got? 1, 2, 5, 8. No, I'll count with you. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. 5 loaves and 1, 2 fish. 5 loaves and 2 fishes. I have 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Philip says, Jesus, this little boy has 5 loaves and 2 fishes, but I don't think that would feed the 5,000, but there's women and children too. I don't think that would cover for all of them. That I think that'll work. That should work. Bring it over here. So he prayed over it and started handing it back, and and handing more and more and more. Okay, that's enough. We I think everybody has enough. And they all ate and were happy. They all sat down on the grass and were eating, and they got done, and he said, "Okay, gather up all the leftovers." So they did. There, there are 12 full baskets full, and he says that's a lot of food. Well, you didn't tell me how many women and children there were. I miscalculated. Sorry. Well, that was a funny way of saying it, maybe, but it's like it's it's not very practical, is it? It's not practical to feeding 5,000 people in the evening. That's a lot of people to feed. That's a lot of people for 12 guys to feed them, and then get 5 loaves and 2 fishes on top of that. With 5 loaves and 2 fishes, how are you supposed to do that? Even a big miracle, huge miracle, that would take a long time, wouldn't it? Very unpractical. Just send them because, I mean, in the next town there are probably more than one market. Some of them probably have homes, and some of them would see some of the neighbors or someone how they could get food, but feeding them in the wilderness, come on, is that impractical? And Jesus acted like it's totally reasonable that they would actually. I mean, that's the most reasonable thing to do would be to feed them. My question is, why isn't the most reasonable thing to do? Why would, when you don't have enough food for potluck, why would you go to the store and buy some pizza or chicken? Why not just use what you have? Why doesn't it work? I mean, why bother going all the way to the store on Sabbath to buy some extra food when you have food there? I mean, So what? There are twice as many people coming to potluck as you expected. So what if not enough people brought food? So what if one person, if someone just brought a plate of sandwiches and there's 35 people to feed? Feed them all. Feed them all. And why aren't there leftovers when you feed 35 people with 5 sandwiches? That's a lot better. That's a lot less than what Jesus would feed. Why is it unreasonable? Why is it impractical? Why does it seem so impossible to do this? That's my question for you. And I don't have an answer. I'm working on an answer. I'm working on trusting God so that, because He says, greater works than these will you do because I go to my Father. Jesus says He has come to cleanse the lepers, heal the sick, raise the dead, set the captives free, prisoners free, and all that. And we're supposed to do greater works than Jesus did. We should be taking people out of prison. They're on death row. It's our job. It is our job to judge. It is our job to judge the world. It is our job to judge sinners and to set them free. We can do that. I don't know how. I don't know how all this works, but it is given up. It is our job. Thank you. Good night. We might come back later.